Over the past few months, I've slowly come to the realization that I feel like what the internet considers enemies to lovers is very different than what I consider enemies to lovers. Because I'll read like a romance book or comic that has the tag enemies to lovers, but the enemies to lovers in question are the main couple, and it's a single volume or single book, and you can't do that, at least not for me. Let me elaborate. When I think of enemies to lovers, I think, first of all, like war or something crazy like that. Maybe not necessarily political, but like different, you're on opposite sides of something, right? I don't mean, oh my gosh, like we're both students and you get better grades than me and we're like fighting because I feel inferior and but it turns out I misunderstood you and now that we got to know each other for realsies, we're in love. Like, no, get out of here with that. I don't care about that. I want, not necessarily trying to murder each other, but like actual, like established, we are enemies. Enemies. Y'all use that word too lightly. And it has to be slow burn. You can't just introduce these people and then in the next chapter have them kissing. What? Or it's like the first chapter they establish they don't like each other and then like end up somewhere and then they have to start dating and it's like, oh, second chapter we're already going down the route of them being friends. Because now I don't really believe that they're enemies. I haven't really seen them establish their animosity for each other other than, oh, well, they said they don't like each other, so I'm gonna take their word for it. What? I think this is an example, and just, well, first of all, if you do ship it, I don't really care. But Zuko and Katara, I would consider that enemies to lovers, right? Right. If you ship them and you are in your delusional little world and they get together, good for you, to each their own. But I would consider that actual enemies to lovers. Zuko is from the nation that killed Katara's mom. And over the course of the story, over multiple seasons, Zuko is kind of like, oh my gosh, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's my nation. And slowly but surely, they reconcile and build a friendship. And for some people, that friendship could turn into even more. That is what I'm talking about. Not necessarily in that way, because like I said, like how many times I don't personally ship them. I'm a May May girl. Is that her name? Or is it just May? Oh my gosh, I think I've been seeing too many JJK tweets. We don't stand May May in this house. Get away from me. I don't care if she's pretty. Pretty can only get you so far. Anyways, or is it Mai? Dude, people like fight over. I genuinely can't even remember what they say in the show. Now I feel bad because I actually really liked her. Not liked, I still like her. Well, I've written the comics don't exist. But that's what I mean by enemies to lovers. But so many people are just like very petty. We were rivals in school. That's not an enemy to me. I also totally forgot that they don't necessarily have to become besties in this enemies to lover dynamic, because I do also enjoy where they still kind of had that animosity or whatever. And like maybe they both are like still on their whatever sides, but it's just like, you know, we agree to disagree. Like, we fight on the battlefield, kiss on Tuesday afternoons. It's great. As I go through this video, I keep thinking of more examples and more ways to just further explain what I'm trying to say. But when I say other sides, I don't necessarily mean like on opposite sides of some sort of fight, but even just like they have different ideologies and that causes them to clash. I think a really good example is Leona and Vil from Twisted Wonderland. Throughout the story and their little interactions sprinkled throughout, you know that they do not get along, but the beauty in them is that they're opposite sides of the same coin. They've gone through very similar situations, and because of the environment they were in and how they were raised, they deal with it in different ways. In that same way, they end up completing each other and complementing each other so well. But I really feel like you can't have enemies to lovers if romance is the main topic. It has to be a subplot for me. If you tell me that your book is a romance book and the main couple is enemies to lovers, red flag, I don't trust you. And I'm sure it can be done. There are so many skilled, talented people in the world. I'm certain someone could do it, but I'm just saying from my personal experience, I have yet to see it. I have personally yet to see it. And if you want to recommend me some things and where to read it, where to get it, let me know. You can leave in the comments, go to the DMs, advocate for your favorite whatever. Or even if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear your thought process. Just be respectful about it. But I just personally, if I hear enemies to lovers, I need that slow burn. I need it to be the subplot. Like, honestly, I feel like a lot of like romance stories where romance is like actually the main thing, most of the time it's like boring and I don't care. One of my friends tried to talk to me, but like, Erin, do you need to talk? And I'm like, no. Like, what is it? I'm reading, there's a couple manga I'm reading, but like very few where romance is like, it's literally like a romance book and I'm actually invested and I like it. But a lot of times, like, because Twitter keeps showing me like shoujo, like manga recommendation accounts, and they'll like recommend different stories to read, and I see all of them, I'm like, that is like just so boring and I don't care. Like, if the entire story is just, oh my gosh, does he like me? Does he not like me? Does she like me? Does she not like me? Like, I can't do that for 50 million chapters. I need established relationship. There we go. Well, they either need get together early on or established relationship, not enemies to lovers. I will eat you alive. So that's my take. That is my day. Please read Sign of Affection, literally one of my favorite mangas right now. Editing Erin again. I do not know why I brought up Sign of Affection out of literally nowhere. It's not an enemies to lovers story in any capacity. It's just a cute little love story and I really like it. Thanks to whoever sold it to the half-price bookstore, and I bought the first volume just because the cover was pretty, because now I have a problem. But you should still read it. It's really sweet. I forget when they start dating, but they start dating really early on, but even before then, it was cute. It's cute. I like it. I was invested. I'm still invested. I'm so invested. They're so cute. I love it. Okay, I'm moving for real now. Bye.